Hi guys, how's it going? I'm Will, welcome back to another long awaited, probably not awaited, but very late for me, episode of Motor Spirit. I'm back with the EG6. You might have seen I threw up a bit of a episode where I managed to go racing. That was a very last minute thing. I've been away with work, training, and that's why long story short, that's why I've not been able to really do much. However, in the time that I've been gone, the egg's been away. I managed to get the engine sorted. It was just a fuel pump issue. I think a little bit of the relay issue as well, so I might have a look at that later. But anyway, I managed to get it racing recently. Engine was fine, which was good, but I failed to look at the brakes to check at the brake pads, and the pads only had about 1 millimetre of life left on them. Took it out on the track. Brakes obviously disintegrated, caught fire. Have I got my old caliper to show you the damage that I caused? Basically, melted the seals out of the caliper, and it literally, that's how it came out of the car. It's pushed the pad, the heat has warped the pad, and it's just, yeah, it was a big mess. The safety stewards were quite impressed with the damage that I managed to achieve, so that's one good thing. So off the backside of that, basically today we're going to do a brake upgrade. I managed to buy a second-hand Wilwood kit. However, I bought a kit where the discs, it was the 312mm, 12-inch, whatever it is, disc kit, which meant that the standard discs that come with the kit, you see here, they're a little bit too big basically to fit under my 15-inch wheels. So I've bought new discs, them discs were toast anyway. So I've bought new discs which are just shy of 300mm, they're 298mm. And they're the GT36 discs, so they can take more heat. I know these standard discs that come with the Wilwood kit are made of cheese and they don't really work well on the track. But the good thing is, that's obviously the maximum size disc that I can fit under my 15s. I may have to do a little bit of fudging with the caliper because it's still going to be very tight, but we'll see. So off the back of that as well, I've had to, these are the calipers. So just your standard Wilwood Dynalite 4-pot calipers, quite smart, nice and light. They weigh a quarter of the standard brake setup, but they come with these brackets to relocate the calipers. And as you can see, I've had to have them machined to accommodate the smaller discs, so the caliper needs to move in 5.4mm. So I measured it up, gave it to a machine shop, and they've done this for me, you know, which should hopefully be okay. I've not fitted them yet. This is untested. So like I said, what we're going to do today is upgrade the brakes. I'm still waiting for the brake lines to turn up, but we can at least see if these discs will fit with the calipers, and then we'll be on to a winner. Luckily, no other damage was caused by the fire. You'll see on the last video, it was just this corner, the seals had all bust out, and basically the fluid was just igniting straight away on the disc, and the fire just wouldn't stop reigniting no matter how much extinguishant we put on it, just from the amount of heat that was being put off. So it was a pretty good effort. Yeah, I'm back. I've got this brilliant new facility, as you can see, that I'm in. So I've got ramps, airlines all plumbed in all round. Really good little place that I've managed to get myself into. It's a little car club that's based with the RAF, so thank you very much to them for letting me come in for a very small fee. Lost track of what I was saying. So yeah, basically I'm going to get these brakes done, and I might be able to introduce you to my new daily, which is awesome, because that needs a lot of work. So yeah, as always, up here, not down there, up here. As always, let's crack on. Okay, so the first issue is the back of the hub needs to be grown back now, so you can see that this bit is sticking too far forward, so I need to take a couple of mil out of that. Just have to go for it, won't we? Morning chaps and chapettes. Right, I'm determined to get a video done. I've been pretty bad. So fast forward about 3 weeks from just a second ago while I was working on the brakes. So the brakes are done. They're done, they've been tested, and I've been to Cadwell Park since, just on a track day. Again, I didn't get any footage of that, but yeah, the brakes are on. And they're good. They're good, but still getting hot, very, very hot, and I've already managed to warp them brand new discs, which is disappointing. So now, 3 weeks down the line, I'm going to be out this Thursday at Rockingham just for an evening session, just to get some practice there, because that'll be when my next race is in September. So I want to have working brakes, obviously, because last time I set them on fire, well, the time before last I set them on fire, and this time I've managed to warp a brand new set of discs, which I'm not too happy about. So, I mean, the Wilwood kit, I think, at best is a decent street setup. I don't really think it's a race car setup, but proper race car setups, you're talking thousands of pounds. So I'm trying to work out a way that I can manage the heat on the brakes and make this a usable setup for my race car. The thing that I don't get is that most Civic-based series all run standard discs and pads and setups, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong where I keep cooking brakes. But I'm just going to have to try and overcome these situations. So what I'm doing is currently, I was working late last night, and yeah, I've left a bit of a mess. I don't like to do that. Normally I clean up, but I was working too late. So what I'm making is a disc backing plate that you can see here. So you've got the hub assembly there. So this will sit over the hub like that, almost like the disc dust guard that you get, brake dust guard. So it'll sit over there. I've obviously put in a scrap bit of pipe that will be ducted from the front bumper, and as I'm sure you've seen on plenty of posh race cars, that'll sit inside the disc. And the idea is the cool fresh air will come in through the front bumper, and then be forced through the centre of the disc all the way round and push all the hot air out through the central veins of the disc, thus aiding effective cooling of the brake disc. That's a posh way of putting it. That's the plan. The only issue I foresee with that is gaps. I don't know how, if it needs to be a sort of sealed system. If you look on the disc that's on the car, obviously, so it'll be coming in from the back here, but as you can see, there's gaps for that fresh air to escape quite easily through here. Hopefully the sort of centrifugal force will draw the air outwards, but we'll see how it goes. I can always maybe make something to fit in those gaps, but then I don't have to worry about balancing issues and things like that. The other option, which I'm also going to look at, because I need to get new discs anyway, this is an American kit and these discs aren't available in the UK, so I have to get them shipped across, which ends up bumping the cost, especially with the crappy exchange rate at the moment. Thank you, Brexit. So I might be, I'm going to look at a company called Ryland Motorsport, or Ryland Motorsport, not sure how you say it. Going to look to them to make me either a set of rotors to fit these aluminium hats, or spend the big bucks and get a set of full floating discs made, and thus eliminating any warping issues. And I'll be able to spank loads of heat into them, and they can do that. I don't know how much it'll cost. I don't guess right now. Today I've got all day, I've got all week off, I've got the next 2 weeks off to get car stuff done, so I should hopefully get a lot of stuff done and hopefully make some videos. I have lots of battery issues with this bloody camera, and I get camera shy when people show up to this garage. It's a shared garage, as you can see, so when people show up I don't really want to be stood around filming myself talking to a camera like a mentalist. But yeah, I'll look to get some video done. Hopefully most people are in work whilst I'm here. Today I'm going to finish this off. This one's pretty much made. It got all the holes lined up to fit where the original dust shield went on the hub. Annoying thing is that I had to split the hub in half, so that's the wheel bearing sat in there. I don't want to get any dirt in that. But thanks to my new trusty hydraulic splitter tool, that came apart nice and easy. Really good bit of kit. So finish this off. Sorry, I keep digressing. Finish that off. Going to give this knuckle a good clean up and a lick of paint, because it's probably the only bogging bit on the front of the car right now. and then start cracking on the other side. So at least you can see the process that I go through on getting it made from scratch on the other side, and hopefully I'll do a better job of it because it'll be my second run through. Although this isn't a bad job. I like to beat a lip in with a hammer. The hole that I've made for the pipe, obviously I've had to squash that down into a sort of kidney shape, and what I intend to do is lock wire that in. I don't feel that I need to come up with any fancy way of securing that pipe, as long as it's secure. I've also ordered some pipe that the silicon orange pipe, which is good for 325 degrees Celsius, so it should be able to take the temperatures that are coming out. I mean, I measured the brake temperature at Cadwell after they'd been sat for a little while, because I was waiting to bleed the brakes, and they were already at 400 degrees Celsius, so God knows how hot they got. Obviously they got hot enough to warp the disc. So yeah, I think I'm just going to have to cash up, save some money and cash out for a set of floating rotors that hopefully Raylan can make for me that will fit this setup. And that'll be that. I'll tell you what I could do with knowing, if anyone is a metal scientific guru, how much a disc like this would expand. If it was a floating rotor and it was allowed to expand through heat, how much it could actually expand by. Are we talking thousandths of a mil, or actually into hundredths or tenths of a mil? I literally have no idea. But it all depends on, you know, what size disc I want to get made, and how much clearance I've got inside that caliper before it would obviously end up making contact, which wouldn't be ideal. So first things first, this morning I'm going to have a good clear up, because I can't stand working in a mess and a bit of OCD. And then I'm going to finish cleaning this. I'll get that knuckle cleaned up and into some paint, and then start pulling the other side apart. So let's crack on. You ready to have your mind blown with a masking technique? I'm sure YouTube taught me this, and it is gleaming. So I just want that bearing area marked out. Watch carefully. Oh. Look at that! Right, so let's make another plate up. Talking of plates, it just so happens that some select bits of cutlery are the perfect sizes that I need to make that bad boy. So this is 200 millimeters, which is what I need. So we'll use that. Dirty. I'm using, I don't know if you've seen it when we've done the EP3 episode, I'm using our first cut of Ted's aluminium door cards that we've done on his EP3. So I'm not, you know, waste not, want not, and all that. Right, I need a 200 mil square, and then we're going to find the centre of it. So let's go for the narrower end, so I can use as much of this metal as I can. So 200 mil. There to there. Mil up here. Okay, that's close. There. 200 mil from this end is yeah. And then 200 mil this way. Right, that's better. Now we've got a central point. Put this back in. Get it nice in the centre. Yep. Right, so there's that one. So what we'll do is we'll cut that circle out using this freaking amazing tool. And then we'll get the centre hole cut out, and then we can start forming the lip. I'll probably just take a trace off the old plate, but so. Safety first. And death.
I left alone, my mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. What did I see?
Okay. And then do another one. What was this? 96 odd I wanted. Not 5, not 7. So we'll make 98, so we're not splitting hairs. Just 49. And we are.
Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not just fantasy? Just what I saw in my old dreams were the reflections of my Walkman staring back at me.
Alright then, that's both plates made up. I've just cleaned them up with a bit of sample on my DA sander. So I've got one knuckle in paint. Now that's just drying, and just pulled off the other knuckle. I didn't get a chance to show you that because this useless battery died again. But obviously this is the side that was on fire at Croft, and yeah, that's duff. So I've ordered 2 new bearings from Euro Car Parts, and they should be, well, I'll be able to pick them up first thing tomorrow morning. So what I'm going to do now is whip the hub off. I say whip, it's a bit of a nose. Get the hub off and then have a look at pushing this bearing out, and then I'll have to push the bearing out on that painted one as well, which will probably ruin it, but I can always throw some more paint on. So this will all be wrapped up tomorrow. Hopefully my silicone pipe will turn up as well. That was ordered next day delivery, so that should be here tomorrow, and we can have it all back together. Right then, so I need to pull this fucker off and then look at smashing out the bearing. Oh, I managed to do it yesterday on the old one. I say simply by sort of rigging up my hydraulic puller and pulling this off. No pun intended. Right. Yeah, that is foobar. Now I can't remember how I had this wound up. I had that put through there. It's pretty much like that. And I managed to just get these bits to turn together first. There we go.
'Cause in my dreams, it's always there. The evil face that twists my mind and brings me to despair.
Not pain. So, that's it for that bit. Okay, so I was pressing that bearing out, and then the my bearing puller thing snapped. Damn it. So what I'm going to do is do all the jobs that need a puller to get the bearing off. So I've just pulled off the outer race off one hub. So I'll now get the next one off. This bearing, I'll be able to smash it out with the mallet and put in the new bearings in. I'll stick them in the freezer, take them down a couple of thou, and they should hammer back in quite nice. Same for the hubs going back in. So really, I just need to smash the shit out of that bearing to get it out. I'm going to pull off this last out of race now on the hub. And then it's lunchtime because I'm starving, so let's crack on with that. Alright guys, I've got that bearing out. The battery died as I was filming the last bit, but basically I got it out by smashing it in between them two brake discs. Oh, and there's the bearing, beefcake bearing. Since then, obviously I put this on charge again. I've cleaned up the knuckles, they're both in paint. This one's nearly dry. I need to get a second coat on the other knuckle, or probably a second and third coat, and I'll leave them to dry overnight because I'm picking up the new bearings in the morning. So that really wraps it up for the wheel bearings and the brake cooling stuff for the moment. Like I say, hopefully I'll get them brake pipes tomorrow, and I can get it all back together. Yeah, so I think that's me for that side of life. That's it. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Good to be back finally, and look forward to the second part of this, and obviously me doing the ignition coil. Cheers guys, I'll see you later.